Okay, Seth. So let's talk about some of your
Sure,
your
absolutely.
work here.
Absolutely.
So, which one do we talk? Let's talk about. Which one talk about?
Well, we can talk about this one.
Okay.
I really love New York. I love I love the way buildings look, and I love the way East Village apartments and West Village apartments look.
And so
I
what's
just think
this?
they're
What's
very
this
beautiful.
frame about?
Well, this is actually something. This is a 19th century East Village apartment, and what you see on the floor here are footprints on a dusty floor from a fight. There's a dent in the wall there. The guy's got this thing. So actually, I tried to actually imagine what the people's feet would do. So I imagined the actual fight and what their feet would do, and I tried to map it out, I guess.
I see.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
This one here is of a bazaar, probably in Turkey. Although I've never actually seen a live Turkish bazaar, I imagine this is what it would be like. And I started representing people with peas instead of with little dots. So, I mean, I don't actually make peas, but they look most like peas. So
Right.
I use them, and everybody's selling things, and it's what I would imagine a
And so.
fun day at the bazaar would look like.
And so, Seth. So
Yes.
we have
Yes, sir.
here. You use
I
what
use
as your medium?
I use a oil paint, but I paint with a needle always, and it's always oil paint.
Oil paint.
Yes, sir.
Any other mediums that you use, like crayons, markers? What?
No, well, I draw it out. I usually draw out my object first in pencil. Then I usually do like a nice charcoal pencil, and then to finalize it so it sticks out in my mind, sticks out in my eye, I use a marker, and then I color it in. So, like somebody commented on one of my pages, it's like a color by numbers on crack.
Oh, color by number.
Kind of like
Oh,
that. Kind of
okay,
like that. That's
okay.
how it looks.
Okay.
But usually when I'm making it, I usually have a couple of the colors in mind. It usually helps when I go to paint.
Okay, so you're getting a lot of positive
Yes.
feedback.
Well, yeah, a lot of interesting feedback. A lot of my friends are very honest,
Okay.
so I always appreciate that.
So what do your parents think?
My mom is just happy I'm finally doing something.
Oh,
It's hard to be a temp, I'll tell you. It's hard to be a temp. Yes.
So thank
Yes, yes.
God. Okay, and
This
piece
one
here.
I've actually worked on probably the longest. I first sketched this one out just after I started. I probably sketched this out maybe a month or two in when I started. And then I painted a lot of it, and then I kind of left it because I was really frustrated with it, and I was really pissed.
So what was this about? Where were you at?
This-
Mentally? What were you thinking about?
I was thinking about why things happen when they do, and what really makes things happen from a philosophical standpoint. And so I thought of something happening as a thing, like an event, and that's the little blue thing here. And then I thought to myself, everything that makes things happen. For instance, you got to work late because the stoplight caught you on red, or you got a ticket or something. So I thought about the different things that go into making an event happen. So we have those things. We have a train, a cow, a telephone. We have a ship here. We have what else we got here? We got like a field, just some decorative things, some
going on.
actual objects. And I thought to myself that those things don't necessarily make the event happen. When all those sides are opening towards the event, that's when the event happens.
I
So it's a description of
I
that.
see.
Yes.
Chain reaction, eh?
Indeed, yes, sir.
Okay, this is interesting here.
This is my way of drawing clouds, and it was this here was my original way to draw clouds. This here and this here without that, and then I wanted to add something to it because it's not enough, and I really needed to try to make it evolve. And so what I did is I added these things at the bottom, these colorful things at the bottom.
And how would you describe those?
A lot of people describe them as pomegranates. I actually don't know what they are. Sometimes I try not to know what my paintings are.
I see.
Especially when I'm working with it.
Yes.
The subconscious, like mysterious aspect really helps propel other things forward. And it kind of feeds me. And it's kind of like someone explaining a joke. Kind
So
of
now you know I'm going to ask you about the color scheme here.
Yes,
I have to
what
ask
about
you the color. I love the color. How you
thank you,
chose
thank you.
the colors.
Yes.
And what was the reason for choosing these very? They're not muted, but they're very soft and cloudy in your description, I should say.
You know, maybe it came from the fact that clouds are soft and gentle. They're not really strong colors. I didn't try to use any strong colors, but I only used it because I just wanted to think to myself, what could I do with this when I added color? And so I decided to split it into threes, make each one individual. So I just put some green, some nice red, and some blue. And then I decided to paint the inside circles that would match this. So what would go with this? What would go well with that? And that's really all I did. So that's why this is blue, red, and multicolored. This is actually a gift for the gentleman who kind of raised me when I was growing up. I wanted to make him something. I try to make all my friends and family something for free.
Oh, I better get on the list. I better get on the list. Okay, now this is an interesting piece here, like a musical piece.
Yeah, this is called Lullaby, and it's when I was making it, I was making it. It's supposed to be a small town in Europe. It's supposed to be like a small town in Europe. And then I added a spiral staircase leading out, which really, if you think about it, is kind of deranged. Because if you think about like a twirling, leaving the ground, twirling, dizzying thing. Staircase, right, leading to nowhere. So I tried to look at the brighter side of it and think of it more as a lullaby that you would tell your kids. It's kind of, to me, it looks kind of like a,
I love it. Colors.
what do you call it? Bedtime story, like a bedtime story aspect of it. And in the background you can see the cities with the crowds going to the city. And this is what I like most about using my needle, is that if I need to paint a window this small, I can do it. So the black around this window is marker, and then the blue is the needle. So I can do lots of like really small details, which is what I really like to do. And with shading, the needle is just really good, especially if you're shading. You can even shade on a small area because the scraping that you do is it can really produce nice shade. That's what I'm trying to say.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
This is my attempt at doing Bird of Paradise, and I worked on this one. A lot of the times I get ideas, I like to put them on canvas, and then they'll just kind of stay in my apartment forever. So this one is that's why this one as well I've been working on maybe for about a year and a half.
Okay.
I first drew it out, and then the wings made me really kind of made me crazy, and so I did. I finally finished the wings, and I finished this one about 4 or 5 months ago, maybe a little longer. So I finally finished it. So it took me probably like a year to do.
Yeah, that's right about right. That's right about right. Okay. Let's do this one here. You have some figures in here.
Yeah, this one is, I took 3 photos of New York City and tried to do something a little more realistic. And so I saw this woman with pink leggings and a black coat on. I thought, she's just inspires so much that I decided to do a painting to her because she almost seemed like a symbolic character. And I thought that really kind of lent me a lot of leeway with it.